I had a property owner contact me with 7 properties, and we would be his third property management company. Uh, and his big complaint is that his properties are chronically in eviction. And I think he's looking to stop that by upgrading his property management company. So I haven't really gotten into it with him, so I can't really tell what's going on. There certainly are bad property management companies out there, and there certainly are property management companies that are not going to be diligent with screening. Certainly real estate agents will not be diligent with screening. They're just simply going to place you a tenant. Good tenant, bad tenant. They're just going to place you a tenant and get their commission. I mean, not always. Yeah, I mean, there's some good agents out there. But property management companies, to a lesser degree, they shouldn't just be placing any old tenant, because the property management company is going to have to deal with that tenant. Now, that said, a property management company might have a leasing agent, and a leasing agent might be getting paid for everyone who signs a lease. And if that person's responsible for screening, they're going to want to get paid. They're not going to want to have to keep showing a unit again and again and again. They're simply just going to want to get paid. Let whoever has to deal with the eviction, the owner, and the rest of the property management company deal with the eviction. So there are bad property management companies out there, but that's not my point. My point is quite possibly this gentleman with his 7 properties that are chronically in eviction. I mean, just like there are bad property managers out there, there are really bad property owners out there, and some that just maintain their properties in such a way that attract evictions, attract even chronic evictions. So, for example, we managed a property here in Philadelphia in a nicer neighborhood, and maybe a B minus neighborhood here in Philadelphia. And when we took the property on, it had a first floor powder room, and somebody had put their fist through the outside of the first floor powder room. Now, my company, Grow Property Management, we didn't see that as being tenant ready, obviously. And so we contacted the owner and said, hey, we would need to get this fixed. And he, of course, agreed. So we basically can move forward and get the property in tenant ready condition. Now, let's say this property owner was of the nature to say, that's not necessary for a tenant, livability for a tenant, and he felt it was acceptable to rent the unit to try to find a tenant with a unit with a bathroom door where someone put their fist through it in anger. What kind of a tenant is he going to attract? And that's kind of my whole point, is are you basically positioning your properties to just keep acquiring evictions? I mean, if you try to rent a property where some previous tenant put their fist through the door, then you're going to be getting tenants that's acceptable to them. And, they will quite possibly do things like put fists through your bathroom door. I mean, that's to be expected. It just is. And quite possibly will need to be evicted. Anyone who's going to put a fist in anger through a door is probably going to be more prone to being evicted. So again, I don't really know this gentleman's properties, his 7 properties. Just talking to him on the phone and kind of getting an overall sense. I'm sensing that maybe we have a bad owner. An owner that basically is not is presenting properties badly, and basically just is attracting evictions. Maybe, and again, I don't know the property management companies. I always asked owners not to tell me the property management company's name, so I can kind of talk candidly about what I think might be going on without disparaging another company. But I think I'm guessing what's likely is that he actually might be the problem. And again, if your properties are not tuned up and set in such a way that a good tenant would want to live in it, then you should expect evictions. All right. So I'm just a humble Philadelphia property management company owner, doing my best to answer your rental property investing questions. And as always, happy rental property investing.